15 minutes or less and 3 questions or less. And I actually have your questions pulled up, sir. So where are you
Mhm.
dialing in from? So I have a little bit of background and we can get right into it.
Yeah, Seattle, Washington, close to Seattle.
Awesome. Awesome. Cool. Do you want to go with the questions that you had submitted? I see here number or did you have some new ones? Because I'm happy to get started with what I see of here.
Yeah, we can just start it with them.
Awesome. So I see buying in a high COL cost of living neighborhood,
Hmm.
right?
Yeah.
Where you're saying STR MTR gets us to cash flow positively, where you're saying only STR and MTR gets us to cash flow positively, correct?
Yeah, that's right.
Okay, so then I think the question is, do I look for STR zoning on properties before I buy them if I intend to use them for STR and MTR hybrid,
Hmm.
right?
And yeah, before you even answer that question,
Mm-hmm.
I just wanted to kind of make this connect. And I think there's also like this 1 hour consultation. If we feel like we have to get there, I don't kind of mind paying for that. But I just thought
Yeah.
we'll just get started with it and see how it goes.
Yeah. So we'll do this for 15 minutes. Then if you want to get more value, we can do a 1 hour consult, no problem. Just because I
Okay.
do have you blocked out for 15 minutes. And then
Sure.
yeah, if you feel like if you feel like I earned your trust and value, then you can book that 1 hour consult. So
Of
what I
course.
would say with that question, uh, Dilip, is so yes, absolutely. I want to make sure that my exit strategy has a short-term rental component to it. As a matter of
Hmm.
fact, I'm willing to go the extreme route. If you told me, Dilip, that Ruben, this area is very strict with STRs. They only allow 30-day stays. For me personally, I can only tell you from me, from my experience, that would be a deal breaker. Why?
Okay.
Because you cannot guarantee. If anyone who tells you, oh, I guarantee you're going to land a contract, run in the other direction. What you can
Hmm.
do is be best optimized to land those contracts over and over again. That's what we've done. That's what I've been able to help others do, right? But there's no guarantee. What that means is when there is no guarantee, the last thing we want to do is sit empty. Therefore,
Hmm.
we have a hybrid model where when you're not booked, you then have 2 calendars. That's my secret sauce. I'm already giving you the game.
Hmm.
And you go ahead and then have your short-term rental hybrid booking so that you continue to make money. I always use the analogy, it's almost like the plane that takes off with empty seats. It's not a
Right.
good use of your investment. So you always want to make
Exactly.
money when you have a furnished accommodation. So yes, absolutely. And are you currently looking to buy, or do you have one right now that you're looking to convert, or what's your current situation?
I'm currently looking to buy
Okay.
one. Yeah. Yeah.
Do me a favor. Sweet spot, 4 bedrooms plus. That's been the sweet spot, right? If you can, again, with respect to your marketplace, if it makes sense for your numbers,
Hmm.
that the reason why I say that is, 2 bedrooms, 1 bedrooms, that's a very different avatar. You're not catering to a family, right?
Hmm.
The reason we're able to charge a premium is because when a family is in the need of, again, needing to relocate,
Hmm.
a 4 bedroom home with fenced in backyard, right? I'll tell you my buy box in a second if you want to. That's going to be the area that has the least amount of inventory available. And we've seen that the data shows us this. And
Hmm.
you're not competing with hotels because hotels don't have these dining rooms and this other living room and these master bedroom, like, and all these. They have suites, if
Hmm.
at all anything, but
Yeah.
it's not the same product. Okay, so you really want to
Okay.
focus on that. That's an STR friendly as well.
Okay. Okay. That's fair. The problem here is like with Washington, they're not like too STR friendly. I mean, I can have only two STRs in the city of Seattle.
Mhm.
And I'm like, and the regulation can also change to become even more stricter. So that's why I would prefer MTRs, obviously, with the regulations,
Mhm.
but you know.
Yeah. I mean, you're no different than Atlanta, right? Atlanta just that's where we're based out of. And now
Hmm.
it's interesting because that's Fulton County. Other
Hmm.
counties outside of Atlanta,
That's true.
there's, you know what I mean? So, but again, if you don't have your do you have you're currently looking to buy your first SDR?
Hmm.
Yeah, let that be a first world problem once you get to the point where you've exceeded the capacity of having one or
Exactly.
two.
Hmm.
As long as I'm allowed to still short-term rental, for me,
Hmm.
it's still a good deal. If I
Okay.
can't, I run in the other direction, right? And
Okay.
so I think your question here was how to choose the right location in my city, target traveling nurses, or hope to get a contract from insurance companies. So we never hope. Hope comes from a place of weakness, but we
Hmm.
optimize ourselves to be in that position. Keep these two things in mind. a traveling nurse and insurance are two different avatars, very,
Mm-hmm.
very different avatar. And the reason that's
Yeah,
important is like very different pricing. So
exactly.
if you're gonna price for traveling nurses, it's gonna be conservative. It's going to be not as much as a premium as we're going to charge. The reason why
Mm-hmm.
we want to be able to charge a premium is for we accomplish two things. We charge a premium when we have multiple rooms, so 4 to 5 bedroom home,
Right.
and at the same time, we're able to charge that because if you're doing it on the SDR side, a larger group can stay, and typically larger groups are splitting the amount anyway. Either it's a
Yeah.
family that's staying, or maybe a larger group's coming, and everyone's splitting either way. And it's you're getting more for your bang for your buck for the same amount of effort. So
Mm-hmm.
if you get in where you fit in, I, obviously would ideally target the large single family or
Mm-hmm.
larger, however
Mm-hmm.
large you can go, and then target families that are temporary relocating. And then that's the kind of product that the insurance company is going to be attracted to anyways, because they're looking for those. And keep this in mind too. This is very important. Um, you and I've said this before. I know I say this a lot in my content, but you can move a family of two in a 5 bedroom home, but you can't move a family of five in a 2 bedroom home. And
Yeah,
I'm speak from
that's
experience. We
fact.
had a family of two literally because there was a walk-in shower, the walker fit. We were able to charge them a premium just for two people in a
Okay.
5 bedroom home.
Yeah.
So I always like to have the best of all, best of both worlds, best of all worlds.
Okay.
Go big if you can. Go big or go
Okay.
home, man. Right?
That's the plan. Yeah.
Yeah. So you got another 5 minutes. Those were the two questions that you had. But what else are you what is top of mind? What else can I help with?
Yeah, have you had experience with like coaching or mentoring someone who lives in like an area like mine? Obviously, California could also
Mhm.
be kind of similar, right? Where the only way I can cash flow is, I mean, I'm talking about turnkey purchases, right? I mean, if I can put in some sweat equity and everything, that's all gravy. But I'm just talking like just from MTR's business point. If I
Yeah,
buy a house today and then have to make it a cash flowing property in like the greater Seattle area, there's almost like 30% more I need to make from the current rents in order for me to even kind of break even. So
yeah,
do you have experience like
100,
kind of working with those folks?
100%. We have folks in California we work with all the time. We have folks in DC, Virginia. We got folks in all over the nation. Here's what you got to do, right? Here's the rule of thumb. If and I think what you're saying is the following. When you're saying for it to make sense, you're talking about long-term rentals, right? You're talking about
Hmm.
long-term rental,
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
100%. Put it this way, dealer. Every property that we buy, we have to run the numbers on AirDNA. For some quick napkin math, what we look at is if I'm buying a property, right? I can look at the numbers right now and be like, if I'm buying a property, I want to at least make sure that that property can gross at least 15% of the price, the ask of the selling
Purchase
price,
price. Yeah.
purchase price. Occupancy in that market should be 50% or more. That's my quick just eyeball test, sniff
Hmm.
test.
Hmm.
Then if it does pass that, we'll look more into it. We're actually more aggressive as far as our cash on cash return goes, but I know that in a market where the price might be higher, I guess what's the average price you're looking at right now to buy like a 4 bedroom home? What is that?
Like 800, 850.
Exactly. You're on the high side. Now keep this in mind too though. Your coverage D, are you familiar with coverage D?
Oh yeah, yeah.
That's going to be a
I
lot
am in an
higher.
MTR right now.
What's that?
Because like I'm in an MTR right now. That's how I got this started. My house was recently flooded, and then the insurance is paying me to stay here.
No kidding. This is a perfect case study. Do you know
Yeah.
how much your loss of use was?
It's 90K, around 90K.
Right. How much is your that property that you're
I mean, when
living
I
at
bought it,
with?
it was 470K.
That's
Now
right on.
it's around 900K. So close to
Yeah.
10% of like current value.
Yeah. Which is interesting too, because one of the things they talk about is almost making sure that your insurance company is keeping up with the dwelling value as it changed over
Exactly.
time.
Yeah, yeah,
So it's
yeah.
actually in your best interest to actually get it, have your premiums increase over time in case of that. But okay, so that's a great case study because that is the amount that you're using, that we're using, that a company is going to use to relocate another family into your home.
Mm-hmm.
So in short, what I'm saying is we want to make sure that are you familiar with AirDNA?
Yeah.
Yeah. Your numbers need to check out on the STR side before anything. That's for
Okay.
you is going to be a deal because we're not looking at LTRs. I mean, I don't even know what markets make sense with LTRs anymore, if I'm honest. Right? Like I feel like that's
Yeah.
with all these interest rates being that high,
Mm-hmm.
you gotta have an exit strategy. And that's the way it's even more important. Right. So it's not just like, oh, these numbers check out on the MTR side. No, that's icing on the cake. Do the numbers
Mm-hmm.
check out on the STR side? Look at the
Mm-hmm.
comps. Look how much you're going to need to finish. Look how much, how well you're going to need to finish. What are those properties? The ones that are grossing what you want to gross.
Mm-hmm.
What does the furniture look like? It might not be IKEA, right? Okay,
Mm-hmm.
great. So we got to put a little bit more nicer stuff in. That stuff matters. It's the same, if you understand the blueprint of short-term rentals and you add this mid-term rental strategy, for
Mm-hmm.
me, you're untouchable at that point. But it's very important that you have the foundation of the STR market, which is what we ended up specializing in before we got into the MTR space.
Gotcha. Okay. Hey, this was very insightful. So if I were to like, do you have like a community or a coaching program that
Oh
I
yeah,
can
yeah.
plug into?
That
If
right now, that's where I'm going. So we have every
oh,
Wednesdays we meet at 7 p.m. And we go through people all over the nation, and
uh-huh.
it's a high touch, right? You get access to me, and then I have another one where I don't know if you know the short-term rental secrets, Michael Sjogren's mastermind group. We just came from there. I can definitely send you the information and let you know which one's a good fit. It's a high
Mm-hmm.
investment, but it's high touch. We do what we do best, and we get people results. So if that's something you're interested in, I'll send you all the information. That way you can see if you want to book a consult, you feel that's where you're at, great. I would say it's best to join that mastermind when you're under contract or at least have something. If not,
Mm-hmm.
if you want to start with a consult call, that's fine. Just because I from experience, I've seen people who actually have a property or have something to work with. It's better than just saying, "Oh, I'm still looking for a deal." That because
No, I
it's an
am.
investment, right?
Yeah,
So
once I fix up my property, it's gonna be a
yeah,
major reno. Once I fix my
yeah,
property up, I'm gonna use that as an MTR case study, and I'm gonna
perfect.
move into the new property that I'll be buying. So
Oh,
I
good
have the
man.
property. It's waiting to be renovated, but yeah.
Oh, that's perfect then. What I would do is I would put your current property right now in ALE Solutions right now in their database. Start early.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
I mean, you don't know. I don't know when the renovations are going to end, but it's in your best interest to be in those databases early. And we can talk more about that if you want to jump on the consult call of things that I would do now prior.
Mhm.
Yeah, otherwise, I'm so glad you found me online. That's why I do what I do, and hopefully you got some value today. Did you get some value?
Yeah. Yeah, of course I did. Thank you so much.
Awesome.
And send me an email on how to like, look at various masterminds, and then I'll book a follow-up call if I need to, chat about this more.
Awesome. Well, listen, I'll let you conquer this your evening, my friend, and I'm sending you lots of abundance. Stay healthy, stay safe, and I'm looking forward to connecting with you very soon. All right.
Thanks, man. Happy Valentine's
Awesome.
Day.
You too. You too, brother. You too. Make it a great one.